Welcome back to class. Today we have a magic circle mat. I actually just taught this class live in person this morning and wanted to record it because I really liked what we did in class. So without further ado, let's jump right in. We're going to meet lying down. Legs can be bent or straight. And we're going to start with some shoulder activation and just making sure that our arms are set on our back. So I want you to take the circle, either the palms or the heels of the hands on the circle, long fingers, thumbs are glued to the rest of the hand, nice long fingertips. You're going to take the arms straight up to the ceiling. Check in with the spine, make sure the tailbone's nice and heavy. There's width in the collarbones. You start to feel the engagement of the abdominals towards the back body. Bottom tips of the ribs are tapping the mat. Without pressing into the circle, I just want you to lengthen your arms back behind you, and I want you to see how far you can go without shrugging the shoulders towards your ears. And then bring the arms back up. Let's take that again. Reaching long, feeling those shoulder blades hook underneath you, and bring it back to your start position. As we move, maybe try and exhale as the arms lengthen behind you, and feel how that closes the front of the ribs and supports the mid-back a little bit more. Let's take that 2 more times. Exhale, hug the front of the ribs, get longer through the waist, longer through the fingertips. 1 more time. And we're gonna hang out back here. We're gonna play with a little shoulder shrug. This is called elevation and depression. You're gonna shrug the shoulders up towards your ears, keeping the elbows straight, fingertips long, and then plug the shoulders down your back. Shrug up and shrug down. And as you do this, you don't want the chest moving up and down. Nothing else in the body should change. It's just the slide of the shoulder blades up the back and down the back. Let's go 2 more times. Last time. And then take your arms all the way up to the ceiling. So now we're wrists under shoulders. Now we do protraction and retraction. Slide the shoulders almost to the side body to push the circle towards the sky. And then as if there was a pencil in between your shoulder blades, squeeze them together behind you. And separate and squeeze. I want you to feel this more kind of under where the armpit is and in the side body, not from popping the chest out like a dance move. So a really small, isolated movement in the shoulders and in your back. 1 more time. Now you're gonna find in between those 2 extremes, shoulders down the back, nice wide collarbones. And from here, we start to press in on the circle. You press in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the elbows in, take a moment, rest. Now that was your check to see where you were squeezing the circle from. I want you to press a little bit more into the pinky side edge of your hands, and I want you to feel more of that underarm work to squeeze the circle. If you're feeling this mostly in your hands, wrists, or forearms, we can probably pull the work up more into the back. Let's take that 1 more time. Arms come up to the ceiling. We're gonna pulse in for 10. Nice wide collarbones. This does not have to be a big squeeze. 4, 3, 2, hold your squeeze. 1. Keep the squeeze as you slowly bend your elbows, tap the mat, and lift it back up. And bend, try to stay level, both elbows tapped together. 3 more times. Keeping a consistent squeeze on the circle for 2. Keeping the spine the same. This doesn't seem like a lot, but there is. Take it up, take a small release of the circle, inhale. Exhale, find that little squeeze back onto it. We take the arms back behind us just like we did before and bring them up, except now we have that more consistent squeeze. 3 more times. Keep the abdominals in check. Exhale as they lengthen behind you. This last time we keep them back there and pulse 10 times. We pulse in for 10. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, squeeze one, hold. Bring the arms all the way up, bend the elbows down. Rock your head side to side, let that feel good. Let's take the circle. You're gonna bring the foam right above your knee where the inner thighs start. This might feel a little wide, totally normal. This is a pretty wide diameter circle. So you just wanna find that position. You might have to take a slightly wider stance. I know I have to, totally fine. It's more important that your tailbone stays down. So we don't wanna kind of tuck and kind of squeeze and scoop away. Keep that length in your spine. We're gonna isolate those inner thighs. Arms come long down by your side. We're just gonna take a little squeeze in on the circle and release. And squeeze and resist. Exhale, squeeze and take it out. Now, as you do this, I want you to think about your inner thighs squeezing in on the circle, not the knees pushing together. I also want you to try to add in a little pulling up feeling. So as you squeeze in on the circle, almost feel like you're gonna slide it up into you. So we have a couple of different dimensions working. This turns on your pelvic floor a little bit more, which is an underrated muscle system that we need to work a little bit more. One more time. Now from here, soft squeeze in on the circle. We're gonna change to just the right knee. That's gonna come in and squeeze and slowly resist open. And as the right squeezes, the left inner thigh has to stabilize. 2. Last time, and we change. Left leg squeezes in and resist. Lengthen the thigh bone of the right leg longer as the inner thigh comes in. This is hard to do and talk. Try not to shift in your hips side to side. Let's recenter. You squeeze both in, and then we go deeper for our pulse. For 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release the circle, rock a little side to side, let that feel good. All right, we take the circle back into the hands and we add the curl of the head, neck, and shoulders. Arms come up to the ceiling. Big inhale, big exhale. You come to the tips of the shoulder blades as you work that reach of the circle towards your knees. Check in with that tailbone, make sure it hasn't scooped up. Keep it nice and long. Lower back down. Let's take that again, curl up and hold. Maybe find a little squeeze on the circle. So squeeze and lengthen. And lower. Last time, squeeze up and hold. Lift your right leg to tabletop, lift your left leg to tabletop. Go for a little march. Lower the right leg and change. You can change in the air or play with one at a time. The most important thing is that we're hinging from the hip. The lower part of the leg stays the same. So we're working that pulling in and up from our center. The thigh is being pulled in by the abdominals. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug everything in, lower down, shake it out. All right, it's 100 time. We're gonna break up our 100 today. We're gonna do 50-50. We'll start with the circle in our hands. So legs can go wherever you'd like. Tabletop, straightish to the ceiling, straight to the ceiling. How low can they go? You wanna find a position where you can maintain your proper spinal shape. If you take the legs too long and low and things start to arch and change, we wanna take the legs a little higher. The 100 is hard. It doesn't matter which version you do. It's all difficult. That's what we like about Pilates. There's no such thing as easy. So on your next exhale, you're gonna bring your legs to your working level, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up, and pump into your circle. Inhale and exhale. We do 50 here. And when I say inhale and exhale, I really hope you're actually doing that. 2 more times. Breathing's underrated. Last time. And exhale. Lower the head briefly. We take the circle inside the ankles. Now from here, legs stay in tabletop or straight out. You curl your head, neck, and shoulders up and squeeze. Inhale and exhale. Little coordination challenge for 3. Try to use those inner thighs, even though the circle's further away from us. Hold for a moment. Lower, down. Holy moly. All right, let's rock up to sit and we'll start our next round. All right, let's do some rolling. So from here, we're gonna take the circle, we're gonna bring it to the outsides of our knees, and we're gonna find a half roll down position. I like to bring my heels right into the mat. If you want to bring them long onto the mat, you are welcome to do so as well. Hands come gently behind the thighs. You're gonna find a little press out onto your circle. And once again, we wanna find this more from the hips and not from the knees. So the rotation and the external abduction of your hips drives the knees out, drives the circle out. Let's go for a little half roll down here. Keeping that rotation, you're gonna scoop and round back. Only go as far as you can straighten your arms and really work that capital letter C shape at your center. Stay round as you rise, dive the top of the head through the circle, stack up to tall. 2 more times like that. Exhale as you round back. Deepen your waist further back to your back wall as you dive forward. And stack up. 1 more time like that. And round to rise. And stack up. Now we have some fun. You're gonna find your half roll down. From here, take your right arm away. Take your left arm away. Stay here or grab your circle. Lift it up, stay in your round shape. Lower it and lift and lower. Last time, lift. Return it back to the knees. Maybe the arms stay floating as you round forward. Stack up to tall. Let's take it again, but we literally add a twist. Half roll down, reach for your circle, long fingertips. We twist to the right and center, rotating at the ribs and center and twist and twist. For 2. Last time. Stay here, roll all the way down. Alrighty, shake it on out. We're gonna add a little stretch here before we go into our single leg circle. So take that right leg into your chest. You're gonna bring the ball of your right foot into the foam part of the circle. From here, you're gonna straighten that leg to the ceiling, as straight as it can go today. And your mat leg can either be lengthened or you can bring it to bend like so. So from here, we're just gonna enjoy this hamstring stretch. I want you to find a position where your shoulders are down on the mat. If you feel like you're shrugging and reaching towards the circle, plug the shoulders down your back, maybe bend the elbows more or take a little bend of the knee here. Now we pull in towards us a little bit more and take it forward. And pull in and take it forward. 1 more time like that. Now we're gonna pull in and hold for a little longer. So thinking about heavying that right hip bone into the mat as the arch of the right foot lengthens to the ceiling. You're creating that 2-way stretch so that you can stretch the leg closer to you. Pilates physics. From here, we're gonna take our left hand to the circle. Right arm can come down by your side or out to a T. You're gonna take this leg across your body. Keep the hip down. We'll hold here for 1, 2, and bring it back to center. This one, the intensity goes up real quick. And bring it up. 1 more time like that. Bring it up. We're gonna take a static hold for a little bit longer. You wanna find that spot in your stretch where you can hold it for a little longer, but it'll challenge you as you hold it and deepen the stretch. Let's come back through center. You're going to remove the circle from your foot, bring your hands back to it and up to the sky. Point the toe, find your external rotation, 5 circles across, around, and up, keeping the hips nice and still. This is not about speed or scale. It's about moving with control and precision. 2 more times. Last time. And reverse your circle. For 3. Nice, smooth and fluid. 2. Last time. From here, bend the knee in, bring the ball of the foot back to the circle. You're going to straighten it about 2/3 of the way. And now we're going to target a different part of the leg, kind of more into the glute and the hip side of the hip. You're going to take this bent leg over to the side and bring it back to center. And take it over and bring it back. Last time, take it over and hold. Breathing easy. Breath is important for stretching. It helps calm the nervous system so that you have more endurance to hold the stretch longer, because sometimes stretching is a workout all on its own. Come back through center, release the leg, and it should feel like it got maybe a little longer than the other side. Let's even ourselves out. You're going to bring that left leg in to the ceiling for hamstring stretch. You will probably have one side that feels a little tighter. This is mine. And then from here, you're going to pull it in a little bit and take it forward. I'm still sore from leg day 2 days ago, so this feels great. This time, pull back and hold. Same thing, work that 2-way stretch. Maybe squeeze the quad a little bit to kind of soften the hamstring. Get that a little longer. One more big inhale, one more big exhale. Let's change. Right hand comes to the circle. Left hand comes down by your side or to a T. Leg goes across the body, but the hip stays down. And come back through center. I know that makes it worse. It ups the spice level. But this stretch is never not spicy. One more time, you take it over and stay there. Keep reaching that leg long towards the foam piece as you plug the hip down in opposition. Try to work that knee straight. One more big inhale. One more big exhale. We come back through center. We lose the circle off the foot. We set up for single leg circle. Little external rotation, 5 times. You have 3, 2, and 1. Reverse your circle. For 3. Circles on circles on circles. Last time. Bring the foot back into the circle, bend the knee. I said 2/3 of the way, but you can always play with the bend of the knee to see where your stretch is today. Find that this one I need to bend a little bit more. You're going to take it across your body and come back through center. And take it across your body and center. This time we'll hold a little longer. I love working each side separately. It's always interesting to see where each side of the body helps the other side out, and just the synergy that we have from side to side. It's pretty cool stuff. Come back through center. Foot comes out of the circle, and then bring your feet back down to the mat, little bend in your knees. Let's move on to a little arm press on our legs. So the circle is going to come to the thighs. You're going to stack one hand on top of the other. I have my right on top of my left. And then I'm going to walk the heel of my hand down a little bit more. Yeah. Now from here, you're going to keep the collarbones wide. I want you to press the arms down and forward onto the circle and find an exhale as you do this. Feel that corseting of the body 360 and then release, bring it back up. Inhale. Exhale, close the abdominals, plug in and up and release. We're going to do that a few more times. As you do this, we want to feel that hugging in and down of the abdominals, not poking up. So if you feel that your abdominals are kind of flexing up and doming, we want to work a little bit more hug in and up. Let's change sides. So we change the stack of the hands 4 times on this side. As I'm pressing down, I'm also thinking that I'm reaching forward a little bit with the fingertips. That helps keep the shoulders down my back a little bit more. One more time. And then from here, we're going to take the circle to the center of the right thigh. I have it a little bit to the outside because we're going to add this leg choreography, and the circle is kind of wide and can get a little in the way. So adjust accordingly based on the size of your circle. We're going to do a single leg stretch with a little magic circle flare. From here, you're going to lift that left leg to tabletop. Head, neck, and shoulders are going to rise. My left arm is just floating by my hips. As you straighten the left leg, press in on your circle and release everything back in. And reach, finding symmetry where we can. For 3, for 2, last time, bring it in. I'm going to stay up in my curl to change, but feel free to rest. And we go again. Squeeze and lengthen, pull it back in, release the arm. For 4. Little coordination challenge. 2. Last time. Lower down and shake it out. We move into our double leg stretch. Hands come onto the circle, hug the knees in, head, neck, and shoulders lift up. Inhale, arms and legs stretch away. Pulse into the circle once, bring it back in. 3 more times. And in. And pulse and in. Last time. And pulse and in. Lower down. You're going to thread your legs through the circle. It doesn't matter what part of the leg is orbiting inside the circle. It's all about the scissor that comes next. So let's rock and roll. You're going to straighten your legs towards the ceiling, curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. And you're going to go for a little walk inside your circle. For 5, for 4, find those inner thigh connections. Don't let the hips dance around. For 2, last time, bend your knees in, lower down. From here, bring the circle to the outsides of the thighs, right above the knee. We're going to press out into the circle for a lower lift. Arms can float by your sides, or you can stack one hand behind the other and bring it to the nape of your neck. I'm going to do tabletop today, but you can always take your legs to the ceiling. Curl your head, neck, and shoulders up. Adjust my mic. Press out into your circle, hinge at the hips lower, and resist lift. And lower, and resist lift. For 2, and lift. Last time. And lift. Take your legs out of the circle. Bring the hands back on, and we go crisscross right away, twisting to the right, stretching the left leg long, and change, and change, and change. For 4, and 3, for 2, and 1. We are done with that. Rock a little side to side. Stretch your legs out long onto your mat. Take a big inhale. Exhale, roll up to sit. And let's reset for our next series of exercises. All right, recentered on my mat because I was a little all over the place. Let's do some spine stretch forward. We're going to start with the circle in front of us. We're going to stack the hands just like we did lying down. But now we don't have the support of the mat, so we really have to work that lift and that evenness and that levelness all on our own without feedback. So finding the ring of the hips, ribs, and crown of the head right on top of those bony landmarks of your booty. From here, you're going to take an inhale. Exhale, grow a little taller as you press the circle down and lift back up. Inhale. Exhale, press down, lengthen, and hold. Slowly resist. Don't just let that go at the end. The full exercise is pressing down and resisting the lift up. Let's change the cross of the hands. You're going to press down. Feel like the back of the ribs are lifting up and away, and lift up and press and lift. Look forward, don't look down at what you're doing. That's a note for me. Lift up and hold. Circle comes into both hands. We slide and dive forward into our spine stretch. And stack your spine up to tall. Take an inhale. Exhale, slide and dive. And stack it up. One more time. Stack it up. We lowered the circle back down for our twist variation. So I'm going to take the circle so that kind of the center of my forearm can come onto this circle. And then my other arm is going to come behind my head. I'm going to work the squareness of my shoulders front. And then I'm going to twist to the right. I'm not going to press down on the circle yet. I just want to find that initial twist and feel that squareness in my hips. And then come back through center. 2 more times like that. That length that we found in that press down, I want you to find here and center. As you rotate, you're corkscrewing up to the ceiling and center. Now press down on your circle as you twist and hold. This gives you a literal press up. Feel the sternum heavy back towards the back ribs. Can you twist a little more? And come back through center, release the pulse. Press down, grow taller as you twist. And center one more time. Grow taller out the back of your head. And center. We change sides. So we start without the press. See where your rotation is. I know for me, this is my tighter side. 2 more times. And center. Last time, rotate. Keep that sternum heavying towards your ribs. And center. Now we press down, turn. Grow a little taller, twist a little deeper. And come back through center, inhale. Exhale, press down a little, taller and twist. And center last time. And center, lower down, shake it out. Let's lie down on our right side body and we'll set up for our side kicks. All right, so I have lined myself up with the back edge of my mat. I have my bottom leg. The ankle is on the foam of the circle, and then I'm going to bring my other leg to stack on top. We're going to play with our hip abduction and inner thighs once more. So keeping the hips stacked one on top of the other, you're going to flex the top leg, lift it up to hover a little bit, and reach it longer past that bottom leg. See how that kind of locks in that stack of the hips. You're going to lift the leg up, pulse it up into the circle once, and lower it down. 2 more times like that. This last time, pulse up, lower down. Now we're going to lift up and hold. Pulse up into the circle for 5, 4. Keep lengthening the leg as you pulse. Last set, 1, lower down. We thread the needle, you lift the leg up, bend it in, stretch it over the circle. Bend it in and thread it back through. Now a fun challenge is to not look at what you're doing. Trust where your body is going. You're a spy moving through lasers. This last time, we're going to keep the leg on top, rest the ankle onto the foam. You squeeze in on your circle a little and lift. Lengthen the leg long as you squeeze and lift. 1 more time, squeeze and lift. Now squeeze down, pump for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift the leg up, Bend the knee in, reach it long, find that center point of your circle, flex the foot. You draw a circle in the circle for 3, for 2, and 1. Reverse. Slow. My hip is on fire. Lower the leg down. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift that top leg up to the circle. You're going to take your legs back a little bit. Lift both legs up and lower. And lift and lower. One more time. Now they lift up and stay there. You pulse out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. We're done with that side. Before we go to the other side, we're going to do some swan extension. So let's lie down on our stomachs. I'll meet you there. All right, greetings from the faceplant position. So from here, I have my legs long behind me. I'm going to separate the mat width distance apart today because I want a little bit more space for my back. You're welcome to narrow them if you'd like. From here, I have the circle long in front of me, long fingertips, same thing with the thumbs glued to the rest of the hand. We're going to start with our swan. I'm going to lower my head down, take an inhale. All right, so from here, what I'm going to do is find a little squeeze in on my circle, and then I'm going to slowly pull my shoulders down my back, lift my gaze, chest, all the way up into my long diagonal swan. Now my hands are pressing down a little bit. I'm squeezing in on the circle. I've got a lot of length in my back. And then lower back down, slide the circle forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift up. Keep those shoulders engaged. And slowly lower. One more time. Lift on up. And slowly lower back down. Now from here, you're going to keep your head slightly hovering off the mat. All you're going to do is lift your arms and lower. Lift your abs, keep your pelvis heavy, support that mid-back. 3 more times. This is a very deceiving exercise. Last time. From here, slowly come up to your Sphinx position. We move into our single leg kick. So from here, I'm going to keep my elbows bent under my shoulders, legs zipped together, and my hands long on the circle. This is going to help me find a little squeeze in and a little resist of the elbows towards my hips. This gives me a little more room to find length in my spine. We're going to flex the right heel, kick, kick, lower down and change. And by kick, kick, I don't really mean kick, kick. I mean pulse, pulse. Deeper, deeper. Closer, closer to my butt cheek. Let's go 4 more after this one. And as you draw in, try not to twerk the booty back. Keep those hip bones down, front of the thigh bone nice and long on the mat. Let's do 2 more. I know I lied a little there. Last time. Alrighty, double leg kicks. Lower your face down to the mat. Gaze can be to the right or the left. You get to choose today. You're going to take your hands with the circle behind you, and you can have the circle your butt. From here, we're going to do double leg kicks. Both heels come in, pulse 3 times. Keep the hip points down. Press the legs down, stretch long behind you. Lift the circle off your seat. Lift your triceps to the ceiling, find your swan. Lower down, change your gaze, kick 3 times. Press down, reach and lift up. Lengthen the circle more towards your feet. 2 more times. Kick, kick 3, 2, 1. Stretch out. Lower down. 2, 1. Lift up and hold. From here, don't squeeze in. Lift up, 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 and up. It's like a reverse 100. For 4, 3, 2, you're done. Lower down. Take the circle to the side. Press yourself back, find a child's pose. It's nice to round the spine a little bit, do the opposite of extension, just to release that a little bit. All right, prepare yourself for side 2 of side kicks. All right, I'll see you there. All right, final side, final time. Lining up, lift that top leg up a little bit, lengthen it long past that bottom leg. You lift it up, find the foam pulse out, and lower down. And lift, and lower. Once again, try not to look at what you're doing. See how coordinated each side is. Lift up and hold on the foam. You pulse out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. You lift up right away. We thread the needle. The leg pulls in, lengthens atop the circle. It bends in, it threads through. Lots of control. Keep both side bodies nice and engaged and long. There's not a lot of movement happening in the upper body. This last time, we finish with the leg resting on top of the foam. You squeeze down and lift. That other leg is going to work a little bit too. Now press down and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift the leg up, bend it in. We reach it through right away, flex the foot. 3 slow big circles in the circle. This side is a lot less coordinated than my other side. And this is my dominant leg. You always learn something new. And now reverse. I am knocking around here. Oops. That's what's fun about this. All right, lower down for a moment. Your grand finale is here. The top leg lifts up into the foam. Lift the legs back a little behind you. Hand can stay in front of your chest. You lift both legs up and lower. Reach them away from you to lift. Last time, lift up and hold. We pulse out with both legs for 5, 4, 3, 2, you're done. Lower down. Woof, come up to sit. Shake it out. We're gonna close standing with a little 4D spinal mobility moment. So if you wanna remove your mat, go ahead. I'll meet you there. Alrighty, welcome to standing. Let's move through all of our spinal planes of motion to close out our magical magic circle class. You're gonna take the circle up to the ceiling. Think about everything that we did lying down. If I put the mat behind you, you're on the mat doing the warm-up. Get nice and long, pulling it up to the center. Take a big inhale. Big exhale, take a forward fold. Each piece peels down, vertebra by vertebra. Let the head be heavy. Drop the head. Take a big inhale. Big exhale, slowly stack the spine up. Roll all the way up to tall. Bring the arms up to the ceiling. Now from here, you're going to go the opposite direction. I'll turn so you can see me. You're going to send your hips a little forward, chest up, find a little back bend. Reach the arms long behind you. Find something that feels supportive in the mid-back and opening in the chest. Come back through center, turn. You can stay in your Pilates stance. We're going to side bend over to the right. And this time I'll let you take the hip and knock it over to the side. Really work that stretch and length. Come back up through center. Let's go to the other side. And let that feel good. Come back through center one more time each side. Really press out of those standing legs. Last time. Bring the arms forward, twist to the right. And center. And change. And center. The circle in this position will show you if you're rotating at the ribs or the shoulders. Make sure it's at the ribs. And center. One more time, arms come up, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Maybe you release the circle here. Rock the head side to side. Take loose circles with the arms. Shake it out a little bit. And then when you're ready, return your hands to the circles. Roll all the way up to tall. Draw your shoulders back. And you've made it to the end. I hope you enjoyed. And if you'd like to see more magic circle stuff on the channel, let me know in the comments below. Until next time, stay awesome. Bye.